Hello and welcome to another episode of the Keezy Elise Show, a little solo one coming for you today. And I wanted to jam quickly on something that personally I just get a little bit fucking fed up with seeing. A little bit. And I think especially if you are a mother and you're a woman in business. Now, I personally have always labeled myself more masculine, I guess, because or I've taken that on from the learnings from the, things I've done that I'm a more masculine sort of woman, like I know how to do shit, I know how to get shit done, and I kind of feel like I went on this journey of unraveling those pieces of me, which were necessary to embody more of my feminine. And I'm sure if you're listening to this, you totally relate. Let me know if you do. Send me a message. But where now I actually am so sick of seeing, and where I feel like it can be hurting when we get so, we take on these things as truth, and it actually is deeply hurting us and our business when it comes to these masculine and feminine and how you should be. Now, especially if you're a mum, I kind of just say, fuck all of that. You're a person. You're a person and you're a human being. And ultimately, you have your genius. Now, are your characteristics, personality traits from your trauma? 100,000%. Can we change them? Yes, we can change them. But do we want to? Do we actually want to change the things that could, in fact, be our genius? For Logan and I, we are in a constant dance of like, what is the dynamic of our relationship and how does it best work? We've got two little kids. We've got a 3-year-old. We've got an 18-month-old. We both have chosen the choice to have our own businesses. I currently have, as you probably know, a mentoring business, an events business. I mentor women online, help online coaches become fucking millionaires, messy, magical, genius millionaires. And Logan is still doing some of his business building stuff and a little bit of men's mentoring as well. So we have both chosen that. Now, we could be that because we've got young children, I decided to not work. And I did have a period of not working, and that was a necessary integration period for me. But my soul was not lying. Like I knew that it was time for me to come back to work on my soul's work, on my soul's work. And my children are part of my soul's work, but it's also is like serving women and serving families and fucking doing this work is my soul's work. Now, these identities that we can hang on to, it's like, oh, but he's the man, he should provide. Now, I just want to get something super, super clear. It doesn't matter who is earning more money, it does not matter. If and sometimes my business does earn more than Logan, does that mean that he's not more male? Does that mean that and I'm not discrediting that there is absolutely a imprint, a energetic DNA part in him that he is a man. And so he has that provider thing. And he is an amazing provider. It is not always in the way of the finances, but he provides so much. Like I have not felt so much ease and grace and support and peace for how he provides for me. Now, I think this is the tricky part because we think that providership and being in our feminine should look a certain way. And so we might get these ideas or these identities that like, okay, but this is how it should be. I should feel relaxed. I should feel this. And I'm like, well, it's just fucking bullshit, really. Ultimately where I think we're going and where I think consciousness and humanity is going is it's really about us being in our genius. Now, I used to talk about genius like it was just like, blah, 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 you have a genius, you're you, authentically you, blah, blah, blah. But now I actually use a map, which is called Gene Keys. If you don't know, I use something called Gene, Gene, because sometimes my Kiwi accent throws people off like, what? Gene Keys, which is a body of work by Richard Rudd. And Gene Keys basically has the map to your genius. The activation sequence is the map to your genius. And basically, it's a map of seeing all of your shadows that then transform into your gift, into the things that are actually what you're fucking good at and what you're here to do. And where I see that in this industry right now, and if you're a woman, a mother, and there's this like internal battle going on within you, you know, like the dynamics of that. Like if you really are knowing that you're meant to be working and meant to be creating, but there's part of you that's like, I just always say this, if you're getting the hit, the like, I know that I'm meant to be working. I know that I'm meant to be doing my soul business. I know that I'm here to create money and I'm a mother and I've got other things going on. Like just trust that knowing. Like never, ever, 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 ever do not trust that knowing. Like that knowing, that is your oracle. That is like your intuition. That is everything. I'm like, why would God or spirit tell us these things, give us these? I don't even call them dreams anymore because it's just another reality. It's just another timeline. Don't fucking dream it. Fucking be about it. Just do it. We don't dream anymore. We make plans. I make plans for my life. I don't question if it's for me anymore because why would it be fucking be told to me if it wasn't for me? And so, yeah, just ultimately, I really wanted to share about how that these kind of dynamics of feminine and masculine can be just, destroying. And it's boring. I'll probably piss some people off, but it's boring because it's really not where we're headed. And as a family and as a unit, whether that's your a single parent, whether that's your personal one, ultimately we all have relationships and we cannot do any single thing without relationships. Not anything that is truly deep and meaningful because our lives are the basis of relationships. And where I see these dynamics hurting us is that it might be taking us away from our true authentic self. And if you're like, I just invite you, if you're just noticing yourself being like, oh, I need to be like this to create what I want, and it's not working, maybe you need to change your plan. Maybe you need to change your strategy. Just anything of all like that. It shouldn't be hard. It should be easy. It should be this way. All of those are just identities. All of them are just ideals, other people's ideals, maybe that you've even taken on. It's like, oh, well, I think that I should be like this. And this is why I love the Jinkies. This is why in both of my masterminds, in the Legendary Woman, which is about to change names, and my current mastermind that's about to be launched, Mamas Make Movements, I bring the Jinkies into all of my work. Because if I'm telling you how to be, who the fuck am I to tell you how to be? I mean, the Gene Keys map is a holographic map to your soul. And I am the person that fucking pushes you off the cliff and gives you the support as well. Like you can't just have the map and then be like, go. You need to understand your shadow. You need to understand how to best work with it yourself. You need to have someone holding you accountable. You need to be with other women who are doing the same thing. But that gives us so much information into your genius. And every single time that I look at a person's chart, our client's chart, our friend's chart, I'm like, yep, there it is right there. And imagine if there was so much less noise around how you should do your business, how you should show up. The map literally talks about every single relationship, all of your stuff around codependency, all of your stuff around all that. And I'm super excited for Mamas Make Movements because we're going really deep through the heart. And the heart is actually the key to unlocking true prosperity, true, deep, long, sustainable prosperity through your business and through every part of your life. And if you work with me, you know that everything touches everything. There's nothing that's like left off the table. You don't have a successful business to me if you actually are not, say you have a launch, but you spend no time with your children and you feel completely burnt out. I'm like, well, that's not really success, is it? In my lens anyway, and in my body of work. And when people come to me, I'm like, that's what we do. That's what we do here. Because it ultimately does all touch everything. And I know people get a bit fucking funny about that quote, everything touches everything, but I do believe it to be true. And it's not in the like, how you do this is how you do this, but it's how you show up. It's like how you do one thing is how you do everything. How are you showing up to your relationships? Because I bet you if you show up to your partnership half-heartedness, you're showing up to your clients half-hearted. The half-hearted will be running through every part of your life. It doesn't, you might think you're hiding it, but you're not. You're definitely not hiding it. I love this quote, the thing that you think you're hiding, everybody can see. Like the literal thing that you think you are hiding from, everybody can see. Once you let that quote land, oh, you've got nowhere to turn. And if you actually lean out into that, that will be your ultimate freedom pass to having everything that you want. Because any part of you that's shaming who you are, shaming how you live, shaming part of the past will be blocking your abundance like you have no idea. Because while you may think that it doesn't take up space in your life, it is taking up so much space. You'll notice yourself dreaming about it. You're getting dis-ease in your body, disease in your body. You're not happy. You don't sleep. I mean, the list could go on. So back to masculine and feminine dynamics and what that had to do with that. I distrust in that. But yeah, you know yourself, you know your family, and truly the best thing that your family needs from you to who you are, to your partner, to what they need, to your kids, to what they need is for you to be exactly who you are. Is for you to be exactly who the fuck you are. And maybe you don't know exactly who you are. And that's great because that means you get to discover. And sometimes that does require imitation of trying on different roles and archetypes and being more slow and experiencing more parts of those. But honestly, every single time I work with someone who has or has swung the pendulum from hyper independent boss babe to then super soft, feminine, flowy, I'm like, well, does it really feel like you? I mean, there is a middle point, of course, because I do believe as women, I'm like, who wants to work more than 15 hours a week? Again, that's probably if I can show her identity. But at the most women, we do work in cycles. We like to be seasoned or we don't like to work. It doesn't matter if you've got kids or not. You don't want to be working 60 hours a week. That's not conducive to us being our most radiant self. So, who are you? Who are you? What are you stepping into? What is the work that you're here to do? And where are you not owning that? Where are you not owning who you are? And if you are a woman, if you're a mother to be, or if you're a woman who is desiring to be a mother, my 9-month mastermind Mamas Makes Movement starts on I should know the date to this. Mid-October. I changed the date. I pushed the date back a week. For women and mothers ready to really make a movement, to bring their heart-centered leadership fully online, to integrate their relationships with their body of work. Now, a movement is a business that just goes beyond being an online coach. You're so far beyond being an online coach. You're ready to break through to the next glass ceiling of your income and have a deeply fulfilling business, a deeply fulfilling strategy that honors your genius, a deeply fulfilling life. And you want to be and sit in circle with women who are actually up to cool shit. You know, this is a mastermind. This is my highest end mastermind, the highest way you can work with me. And the reason that women are joining it is because of that reason. You know, and when you pay, you play. When you go all in, you go all in. And to sit in a circle in a 9-month rebirth container to rebirth the movement that you know is on your heart, that you know is true, that's going to fucking transform every single part of your being and mostly your business, then we would love to chat. Mamas make movements, baby.